Hello again there, math friends. Today we're taking a look at Topic 7, Lesson 2. Specifically, we are going to be converting fractions to decimals. We're going to start off with a real-life scenario about somebody named Courtney. It says here that after 25 at-bats, Courtney had 7 hits. So she got up to bat 25 times, and she hit the ball 7 times. She represented her batting average with a fraction, and that fraction is here. 7 hits out of 25 at-bats, 7 over 25. And so, we've got our numerator as 7, and our denominator, make sure you're writing this down. Anything that gets highlighted or written down on the screen, you need to copy down in your math notebook. So, got a numerator and a denominator. Now, batting averages aren't usually written as fractions. They are always written as decimals. And so we're going to convert this fraction to a decimal, and we're going to use long division to do that. So what are we going to do? How's that going to work? Well, when we do long division, I'm going to do this over here because I got lots of room. When we do long division, we always put the numerator on the inside and the denominator on the outside. Always. Numerator inside, denominator outside. That's just how it goes. Now, to start off with, this looks like, it's 7 divided by 25. So, 7 divided by 25, but notice 7's on the inside. Okay. Now, first of all, 25. How many times will 25 go into 7? Well, it won't. It goes in 0 times. So, we're going to put 0 up here, and we're going to put a decimal after the 7 and a 0, and we're going to bring that decimal straight up. Always bring the decimal straight up. And then now we will take a look at how many times will 25 go into 70. Okay? How many times will 25 go into 70? Well, that's 2 times. 25 multiplied by 2 is 50. And then our long division process tells us that we're going to subtract 70 minus 50, and that is going to be 20. 70 minus 50 is 20. Now, we have a remainder, so that means we have to bring down another 0. So we add a 0, and we bring it down. Now, if we bring a number down, we have to divide again. So, 25 into 200. How many times will 25 go into 200? Well, I know that's 8. 25 times 8 is exactly 200, because 25 times 4 is 100. Anyway, so 200 minus 200 is 0. We have reached the end. When we no longer have a remainder, we are done. So here we've got 7/25 is equal to 0.28. That would be 28 hundredths. Okay? Now, to find Courtney's official batting average, that decimal would be shown to the thousands place, 3 places after the decimal. So, while this one says 28 hundredths, right, because there's 2 places after the decimal, we would write it as 0.280, 280 thousandths, because this is the thousandths place, and batting averages are always listed in the thousandths place. So she has a 280 batting average. It's not great, it's not terrible, but 280 is her batting average. Okay, now we're going to do some practicing of long division. Just a few more practice problems, because there's nothing wrong with doing a little practice. All right, so as we can see here, we have 9/20. All right, so 9/20. Remember what I said. The numerator goes on the inside, so that's the 9. Denominator goes on the outside, that's the 20. And now, how many times will 20 go into 9? That would be 0 times. That means you add a decimal and a 0. We bring that decimal straight up here. And now how many times will 20 go into 90? 20 goes into 90 4 times. 20 multiplied by 4 is 80. The next step is to subtract 90 minus 80, and that is 10. We have a remainder, so we have to bring a 0 down. See how I added that 0, then I bring it down. And then now 20 into 100. How many times will 20 go into 100? Well, that's 5 times, folks. 20 times 5 is exactly 100. And so 100 minus 100 is 0. We have no remainder. We are done. So 9/20 is 0.45 or 45 hundredths. 2 places after the decimal is hundredths. Okay. Well, that was so much fun. Let's try another one. We'll highlight this because I want you to write it. 5/6. And of course, we're going to set it up just the same way. 5 is the numerator. It goes inside. 6 is the denominator. It goes outside. Ask yourself, how many times will 6 go into 5? Well, it won't. It'll go in 0 times. So 0, decimal, add a 0 here, bring our decimal straight up there, and start dividing. Now, how many times will 6 go into 50? Yep, 8. 6 multiplied by 8 is 48. So I place that below the 50. I subtract 50 minus 48, and I get 2. I have a remainder, so I have to bring a 0 down. And now 6 goes into 20 3 times. 6 multiplied by 3 is 18. 20 subtract 18 is 2. I have a remainder. I got to bring it down. A 0 down. Now 6 goes into 20. How many times? Oh, that's 3. Oh, I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm going to keep getting 3. This is just going to keep on going, right? It's going to keep being a repeating 3. So what I'm going to do is my answer is going to be 0.83 with a line over it. That's repeating 3, 0.83. So about 83 hundredths. All right, and now our last one, you'll notice it's a little bit different. That one is a mixed number or a mixed fraction. Sometimes they're called 3 3/8. Well, so how do we do this, you might ask? Well, we have to convert our mixed number into an improper fraction. So remember, we're going to multiply the whole number, the 3, multiply that times 8, and then we're going to add the 3 that's above that. So 3 times 8, the whole number times the 8 is 24, plus the 3 is 27. So 3 3/8 is the same thing as 27/8. We always keep the denominator. Now we have a fraction that we can make into a division problem. Numerator goes on the inside, denominator goes on the outside. And then we start. How many times will 8 go into 2? Well, none, but how about 27? It'll go into 27. 8 goes into 27 3 times. Notice we didn't have to start with a 0 because it will go into 27. 8 multiplied by 3 is 24. Subtract 27 minus 24, and I get 3. Now I have a remainder. If I have a remainder, I have to keep going, but I have to add my decimal here and a 0. I'm going to bring my decimal straight up to here. And now I'm going to bring that 0 down. And then divide again. 8 goes into 30 3 times. 8 multiplied by 3 is 24. It looks like it's repeating, but it's not going to. You got to keep going after the decimal here. So 8 goes into, let's see, 30 minus 24 is 6. Got a remainder, so I got to bring down another 0. And now I divide again. If I bring a number down, 8 goes into 60 7 times. 8 multiplied by 7 is 56. And 60 subtract 56 is 4. I have a remainder. Got to keep bringing zeros down until I don't, or I see a repeating pattern. Bring down the 4. Now I've got 40. 8 goes into 40. 5 times. And 8 times 5 is 40. 40 subtract 40 is 0. Now I have no remainder, so 3 3/8 is 3.375, or 3 375 thousandths, because that last number is in the thousandths place. Okay? So, make sure you took really good notes while you're watching this video, and remember the process for converting fractions using long division: numerator on the inside, denominator on the outside, every time. Okay, have a great day. Don't forget to be awesome. We'll see you next time.